Hello and welcome to the 4 Power 2 Balance Time to Hit Big Season Round 2. We see the Dead FPS and the Dial-Up Kid team with Koi as the Advent player and Lady Ha as the Rosari player versus ThirdFeather, formerly known as Frontier Negotiator, with Wacky. This is Felingus, Felinga, however you want to call him, with his FPS name basically, and myself. Yeah, I'm starting with the Rapture. It's a bit disoriented right now, and the other Advent player, the Koi, is starting with the Radiance here, which is a fine chip. I love this red. That looks really good on the Radiance. Like, this is coming for kills. Yeah, we have a little bit of a weird spawn here. Big issue on this map right now with the current patch is that the override map position is not working properly, which results in this map not being able to spawn correctly, and it's like disabled for the next rounds. But we figured it out a little bit late, so we are on this map playing versus Dead FPS and the Dial-Up Kid, who are going for 1-3 on Koi. You can see myself with 3-1 as the usual thing. Just research the Tempest. Fel is on 1-1, expanding towards the center. And Davy on 1-2. So what Koi is doing is he hasn't built any ships, just a missionary vessel and the Radiance, and is waiting for the Tempest to be buildable. Normally you don't really want to aggress this here, because in a 3v3 setup you have another player here that can easily reinforce this planet, but some other players tend to do that in the past because their cap ships are really good. So Davy is coming the small route with the asteroids towards its own Vulcan planet, coming to Fel. Fel decided to not go to the barren planet ASAP, but is rather just going for the ice planet first, grabbing a little bit of economy instead of grabbing a front line. So we see the Radiance approaching here, pressuring my Vulcan a little bit. My Rapture and the little frigates, the Disciples, having a hard time dealing with the corvettes, and the Radiance is bombing. At this point I'm not really sure if I want to fight the Radiance, because the Radiance is generally stronger and I don't have the fleet supply to make up for that difference. As requested, the planet will soon leave the Unity. So I'm deleting the planet, so he's not going to bomb it out. I secured a Caliph here that can at least do a little bit of damage, and I'm bringing in the Tempest.
An ally colony has been lost.
Meanwhile, Koi also starting to build Tempests. And what Koi is doing a lot better here is that he is grabbing like 2 factories right at the front line, so he can pump out more and faster Tempests. Well, the Tempests are not faster, but they are faster on the front line. So that way he can overwhelm me quite a bit. What I personally is doing here is queuing up a Halcyon very soon and trying to fight it with the cap ships, which are really good versus Tempests. Tempests are good at dealing with small ships, always has been. The Radiance is now slowly getting some more damage in. Not in any way of threatening lethal, but not in a way that he wants to fight for this Vulcan anymore. So I recolonize it. Meanwhile, Davy got the Vulcan, Fel got the Pirate Charge and the Ice Planet. And now they are going towards their own front line. Davy and Koi ignoring every big major planet. Those are also major investments. See some Tempest jumping in. But the Rapture doesn't have any nomination charges left, so they continue to belong to Koi. And some of the fleets are slowly building up. Koi at 170, myself at 160. Sent in the Sea Frigate. This was like an old command when Radiance was still on the Vulcan planet. So a little mistake from me here. And you see me gathering up exotics. With the Vulcan, it's quite nice that you get Tauronite, so you can get the more combat-oriented ships in the Advent roster, which is the Halcyon with the big amount of squadrons, and the Radiance with the big amount of cannons, plasma beams, laser. Yeah. So what I do here now is jumping on this desert planet, which is like well protected with my 170 supply, trying to do the Rapture thing, grabbing some cruisers while going for the expand, and Koi is instantly punishing this and jumping on my Vulcan that is not having any defenses up. So that mistake is resulting in a fight now, because I needed to jump back. What we see from Davy are now some raiders. He built them in the very first game too, to keep Fel and me a bit, let's say, entertained or distracted better. So the Tempest count is clearly in the favor of Koi here. I'm sitting at 240 supply, but one of the 50 supply is a Halcyon carrier, while Koi is at 200 supply, so the Tempest count is quite even, but his Tempests are like already there because he's producing it on the asteroid next to this world. And my Rapture, as well as like the Caliph and the Haka I stole, can fight back those Tempests at least a little. Now we see a Plasma Nova generator from the Koi, dealing a lot of damage on those ships here. What's the range? Not as big as it used to be. So I don't really micro them back now. So the Rapture is slowly getting outnumbered here by the Tempests from Koi. Meanwhile, Fel and Davy also meeting. Fel is building up defenses early. They probably fall. Fel's not deciding to fight this. I mean, if he fights this, the Raiders will probably just jump through his worlds. So now no Tempests for me here now. Meanwhile, Fel decided to fight now. Baron probably falls because the Evacuator is doing enough damage to kill this. But Fel is like getting some of those frigates. Meanwhile, the Halcyon is joining. The Rapture is in hull damage. Okay, Fel is disengaging here. Let the planet die. Koi is hunting down the Rapture. The Rapture is probably going to live. Meanwhile, Koi is researching the Vigilis, so he can use another factory to pump out ships that really help with missiles in this missile versus missile battle. Now the Halcyon appears. As I said in one of the earlier games, the Halcyon, as well as every other carrier, has quite a lot of PD, so they can shoot down missiles well. And it's also a 500 durability unit that barely gets damaged by Tempests. The Rapture is on the run here. The Halcyon starts doing some of the work here. coming another major capital ship fighting the Tempests. The Rapture made it out in Hull. Do I have like factories up here to repair? Nope, I don't. Meanwhile, Davy took care of this barren planet. It's probably now jumping on this Vulcan planet. The Halcyon is doing a bit of work. It's at least stabilizing this fight here. Keeps the Tempest at their toe. But the Radiance is now free to bomb this. The Halcyon also has telekinetic push, which is good versus, yeah, it's basically a flak ability. You push away missiles and squadrons. So the Aqua player is building a turret here, but it's not going to finish. Now with a 2-on-1 fight, I have to leave this Vulcan. Fel is responding at least, but he has to respond to those raiders too, which are already in this backline, causing for trouble. So the Advent here has the right ships to deal with this, just not enough, and is slowly losing the ground while the Vulcan is getting bombarded. So here we have raiders dealing with some of the autocannons. It's not enough autocannons, and the pirate charge following them. Still no factories here for repair. But the tech don't even have like tier 2 tech at this point. So even if I had factories up there, they wouldn't repair the capital ships. So I just have to see them building up their hit points again. So this planet is basically lost at this point. So the raiders are getting away from the pirate charge. Didn't deal too much damage, but they did damage. And Fel is slowly trying to crawl back here on the barren planet, but is meeting the Vasari player, which is jumping back. Meanwhile, Davy and Koi is not going to colonize any of the planets. They are not interested in it. They're fine with the asteroid-only economy, which is mainly built via extractors. Oops, now I jumped a bit too far.
Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers. Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers.
Our shields have failed. Armor is compromised. It won't last long.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
Our vessel is crippled.
Our gift to you.
Let the bidding commence.
Our forces have engaged the enemy.
Shields down! We're exposed to attack!
Your arguments.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Your arguments are compelling. I shall stand with you.
Logistics upgrade complete.
So Fel is slowly getting the Baron back. At least has the ships here, but is going to meet a lot of Davy's ships.
I shall stand with
We
you.
have the raiders on the bottom of this gravity well, while the Ravastra skirmishers are coming in, together with some cap ships, I believe. Yes, the cap ship is also jumping. Does Davy have more than one cap ship? No. Only the evacuator and small ships. Didn't want to pay for more. So Fel is now jumping back to his two respective colonies. While I try to do something with my two capital ships here who are barely regenerated from the hull. I'm still at 3-1 at this point. We have some Vigilis here, which are nice targets for the Dominator ability from the Rapture. But dominating one Vigilis is not going to do a whole lot when Koi is producing them from their home world. Yes, the Rapture's crippled. Close to dying here even. The Halcyon can use the Plasma Nova Generator. See the Tempest slowly losing their armor from Koi, but it's not enough. The Rapture dies here.
Our forces have
Meanwhile,
engaged.
Davy is on the ice planet of Fel. Fel is fighting for his life. The Raiders are probably not going to make it to the home world. At least not all of them. There are a lot of Gardas. Gardas are not the unit you want to see versus this unit composition. And the Kobolds are just not in high numbers at this point. Koi just built another Rapture. Or another Cap, his first Rapture basically. The Radiance is stealing this. Fel is helping out. The Aqua player dealing with the red ships here. But is losing his ground on the ice world for that. Pirate charge is helping, but it's also not like doing all that much. Meanwhile, Fel's ice planet is going to fall.
Hostility research.
We barely have any ships left here, and the cold battleship isn't going to deal with 30 Ravastra plankers. Skirmishers. That's the English word.
Let the bidding
While they are like just farming the kobolds down. This looks like a really one-sided situation right now for Team ThirdFeather. They're losing all the ground they might have. And it's GG called. This was the research game between ThirdFeather and Dead FPS and the Dial-Up kit.
Located a divine artifact. Behold
With the
Exotics
Dead FPS
have
and
been
Dial-Up
unveiled
kit
by our scryers.
dominating
Exotics have been unveiled
this
by
game.
our scryers.
Yes. Not much fleet supply used here. Like you can see the pirate charge being a major factor in a small map game like this. As well as my Halcyon jumping me up. But producing is one thing, killing the other. And in that regard, we didn't even do so bad. But at some point, Koi just overwhelmed me and did all the killing. Meanwhile, yeah, we actually didn't do so bad in the destroy department. We just built less. I mean, we had less colonies. Okay, anyways, that was the last game of the series. Dead FPS and the Dial-Up kit are now 2-0 and will meet Missile Knows Where It Isn't in the 2-0 bracket. See you next time.